What is going on, guys? We are back with another DSP video, and today we're going to look at some retro tweets. We're going to look at wrestlers calling out DSP. We're going to look at the end of Elden Ring DLC, and we're going to look at the co-op with Brian, which looks like there will not be another one. There's no shadow of a doubt now. The streams with Brian are done, and we'll take a look at that later. But first, we have the male models, Mansoor and Mace, who apparently are detractors, as they said this during an interview.
Let me tell you where we actually make our money, which is WWE Supercard.
Okay.
Shout out to all you losers who play that game
Side Phil.
and spend thousands of dollars, probably of your mom's like retirement money, on this card game on your phone, because that is how we feed our kids. Thank you. And I know,
My life.
and I know you're not like actually giving us the money because you buy packs and it opens up, and if you're in one of those packs, if your card is in one of those packs, you make money.
So it's just random.
We're not rare.
No, we're common.
We aren't rare cards.
We are common, thank God.
And I believe they just got signed by AEW, which also has Kenny Omega, who has made fun of DSP on occasion in the past, and also Adam Cole, baby. And we all know about his video as well. Then we have Blooper, who shows this conversation between Mansoor and DSP. There's a quote from Fightful about them shouting out losers who spend $1,000 on WWE Supercard, and of course, he tags DSP. Now DSP, if this was anyone else, he would call them losers, brain dead, drooling morons, block them immediately, say they're detractors and his memes. But no, when it's a sweaty man who's a wrestler, I appreciate the tag, but the game I'm actually accused of doing this with is WWE Champions, not Supercard. Easy to confuse though. Now keep in mind, he spent thousands of dollars also on WWE Supercard before moving on to WWE Champions. And how does Mansoor reply to that? He shows a picture of Half-Life, and if you know, you know. But of course, when DSP sees that, he's oblivious. He thinks Mansoor and Mace are longtime fans. I'm serious, you can't make this shit up.
Yes, the former WWE wrestler Mansoor started tweeting at me yesterday. Come to find out, he's actually a fan of mine, like a long-term fan. He was referencing the crouch jump from my Black Mesa run over a decade ago. Then he was referencing the band Raw. Do you guys remember when I first started on YouTube, I used that song Raw, Do You Call My Name, in my reviews for the Hateful Truth reviews? And he referenced that. I was like, dude, that's like super old school stuff. That's awesome. So he's actually a fan from like over a decade ago. It's pretty cool. But then again, there's probably tons of people who are fans of mine from back in the day. And you would know, because who talks about Dark Side Phil in public eye today unless it's negative, right? So it was actually really cool to have a little conversation back and forth with him yesterday.
Next up, if you're ever wondering why DSP doesn't cook, this is the reason why. So he puts out this tweet in 2021. When my wife gets home from work and wants pizza, we don't order out. I make her a pizza. And look at that abomination of a pizza here. Like, my God, Phil. Like, my God, look at the ratio of sauce, crust, and cheese there. That is absolutely disgusting. It looks like someone drop-kicked it against the wall. Then I put this out. I wonder what happened in 2017 that gave you financial disaster. And we see a quote from DSP in 2017. 2017 has been awful. Major financial issues. The end of my 5-year relationship. Health. Personal. Everything gone wrong. I need a break. And then you see Kermit. Well, would you look at that? WWE Champions. Released January 26, 2017. What a coincidence right there. Then we have this from That Being Said, from the 2014 Play UK magazine, where it talks about Darkside Phil, how he's bad at Street Fighter, he's a whiny little bitch. Just beautiful, just beautiful. And then we start off with the pre-stream. And we have Glimmer here, who asks him to play the new college football game, and DSP has to respond to this. Good morning all. Yeah, it's a case of people just want me to play what other people are playing, despite the fact that it wouldn't work for me or my audience. Not understanding I'm not the same person as everyone else. Now keep that in mind. He's going to start up a new game today, and well, we'll see how that goes. And then Phil talked about his streams not being supported very well, especially after Jordan left. And Phil said he's not getting support on Street Fighter 6 because it's Capcom's fault. He's not dropping the game though. He needs your feedback, aka agree buy-in on what to do. And then PayPig Maximum Turbo put this in the chat and almost got banned for it. Sorry Phil, I have to wait for the government to give me more money. Then we have a quote from DSP here. Potato skins taste better than the actual meat of the potato. And then DSP talked about the global outage because of the update that got pushed out. And he declared YouTube runs on Windows 11 servers. And then he was talking about support yet again and talking about Stardew Valley and whether he's gonna rage quit it or wage quit it. And he said, and I quote, "Let's play it by listening, our ear to the ground, and see how it goes." Then Fantastic Mr. Sam puts this out. If you ever feel self-conscious about your content, just remember that this guy is happy to upload multiple hour-long, unedited videos summed up by this picture and describes them as meaningful. And then he talked about Street Fighter 6 yet again and his Bison gameplay. And we have this from Dark Seed of Flow. Phil says that he is trying to innovate his gameplay and make it different from other Bisons that are all top Bisons. Innovator, pioneer, visionary.
I was actually locking people down with head stomps and devil reverse. And I'm just going to say this. Out of all the people I see using Bison, I seem to be using head stomp and devil reverse way more than anyone else. I'm trying to innovate my gameplay to make it different from the other Bisons that are all the top Bisons. I don't want to just do the same exact pattern and rush down and things that they do. So,
now keep in mind, very soon, DSP will get his YouTube check, which is thousands and thousands of dollars. Yet here he is begging because he had one day of slow tips.
Oh, excuse me. No, I'm not, guys, listen, I'm not buying any games now. Buy System Shock. I'm in the midst of a week. Yesterday was one of the slowest days I've had in months. Today, I have $0 in tips, and I only have 2 hours left on my stream. I can't buy games now, okay? You understand? The idea is, when things are going good, then you can purchase things. I can't buy a game right now.
Then he started ranting about Street Fighter yet again. DSP wants Capcom to fix the online play. He says he wants more variety and not play the same characters over and over. He basically wants Capcom to force people to pick different characters so he stops matching up with Ken, Cammy, and Ryu, despite him always playing Bison. Then my favorite stuff so far this year, the AI chat summaries. Viewers are mocking Phil's physical appearance and his fitness level. They are making comments about how thin and weak he is. That is definitely not true. At least half true. He is weak but not thin. And how he needs to start working out. Then it got to the point nobody was giving him money, so he said, and I quote, "If you like me, please support." Then after stalling and doing Q&A and blah blah blah, the pre-stream ended. And guess how much he made? $0. So Phil, by my calculations, if you say, "If you like me, please support," and they don't support, that means they don't like you. That's just my mind there though. I'm not a big brain with a business degree. And then we got this little gem trying to get people to test out to see if PayPal's working, because this is what he does when he has 0 tips.
Righty? Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Just for the record, no one has tipped or anything today, right? Because I didn't get anything. Obviously, I want to be sure that messages are coming through. No one is saying they tried and, you know, I'm not shouting it out, right? Because I've got nothing yet. Fine if that's the case, as long as things are working. All right, let's...
Then we get to his Elden Ring playthrough, and thankfully, this was the final one. And he got so angry, so heated, he started scratching himself. So much that he made himself bleed.
And by the way, somehow I scratched or gashed my arm during the fight. I have a big, like, I have blood on my arm here, and I have blood in my fingernail. So while I was doing that fight, I must have been like, and scratched my arm and started bleeding because I was upset. Die, fucking game RNG. Blood squirting.
Okay, Phil, I just have to say this. If you're getting so angry, so disturbed over a video game, that you start scratching your arm so much that you start bleeding, you might need psychological help there, Phil. And then the excuses started coming out. I tried to dodge, but the game had no input available. You notice I die every time the camera moves the wrong way? The camera in these games is supposed to stay focused on the character at all times, and it doesn't. Which Poems adds on to that. No, it isn't. It's focused on the target, not the character. Then we have, he's not even hitting me. He didn't hit me. It's the stupid visual effects that are. Yeah, so let's take a look here and see DSP's strategy for fighting the final boss here. Then DSP got so heated, so angry that he couldn't beat the boss, that he started banning people in chat. But why did he start banning them? Because they were telling him to change his build, and DSP saying it's none of your business, ban, 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 gone forever. And then he started complaining that he has to face the enemy to hit them when he uses the R2 button now. Remember, he's been doing this for 16 plus years. And then it came, Phil finally beat Radahn, and then as Darksy points out here, it took him around 190 tries to beat him, almost 200, and that's just on Radahn. So I want to say it was around like 500 or 600 deaths in this playthrough. This is just the DLC, by the way. Right after that, he was complaining, this game is bullshit, this is stupid, they fucked it up, blah blah blah. And then he followed that up by saying he might do a third run in the future. Then we get to day 1 of the new game. I wonder how long this one will last, because apparently it's a tower defense game. As Poems points this out, he doesn't like tower defense games, plays tower defense game, only plays 3 levels, and he says, this game is boring and I don't like it, it's a tower defense game. So we got this from Next Gen Guy, as he shows off a video of gameplay from this new game, and let's see how Phil does so far.
Game. I mean, yeah, you could have totally played this game on PS2, just with worse graphics. But you absolutely could have played this on PS2. I don't even see the point. Well, right? Like, now you know why this was a Game Pass game, right? And you know why they never actually showed, like, a blowout of how the game plays. That's why. Wow. Well, I guess that's it. I gave it a shot. I certainly was not expecting to be done with the game in an hour. I thought we would get more out of it than that. That's pretty disappointing. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not very happy with that, but at the same time, I didn't pay for it, so I guess it's fine. I guess this is the whole idea of Game Pass. Game Pass, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I guess we're done. Well, all right, well, for those who are here, thanks for those who were live. If you did watch it on demand this hour, let me know what you thought.
I always find it funny when he goes, I never paid for the game, so it doesn't matter. But Phil, you paid for Game Pass, so technically you did pay for the game. You just didn't pay any extra charge for the game. Then LOLCOW puts this out. So was today the quickest wage quit DSP has ever done? Or is there something quicker than this? Yes, there was one that was quicker, I believe. He had a Game Pass day, and he played Metal Hellsing. It's a rhythm music shooter, and he couldn't figure out the rhythm, he couldn't time it, so he quit within 5 minutes, rage quitting it, saying it's bullshit, that it's messed up. And then Poems point this out. DSP had a week to look at the game before he played it. He didn't. Now it's the game's fault that the stream turned out bad. Yeah, it's almost like you do your research on the games that you put on your schedule, Phil. Because throughout the whole time, the whole week he promoted it, he said, I don't know what this game is. Nobody knows what this game is. We're going to try it and see how it is. And then you complain that it didn't turn out well. Okay, make it make sense, Phil. And then another quote from Phil. This is boring. I'm so fucking bored. And then Otter points out, in about 15 minutes, DSP will ask you for money if you're enjoying the gameplay. Gameplay he isn't enjoying himself. By the way, it was 6 minutes. And then he switched over to Street Fighter 6 because, of course, Street Fighter 6. That's his golden goose right now. That's the thing that'll get him the most money. Too bad Jax Raxter wasn't there. That huge cuck. Have fun on the bus, Jax. But the first thing he does is he goes off on DERICH. So DERICH goes, "Hey Phil, how's the game going today?" And Phil, with low tips at the moment, goes, "How's it look, DERICH? Why do you ask all these stupid questions every day?" And Otter points this out. Phil was pretty toxic to DERICH, and DERICH left almost immediately. There's definitely words that have happened behind the scenes. And then guess what, guys? The brand new $400 fight stick is now getting beat down just like the old one. And don't complain, Phil, when this one apparently stops working correctly. We have Otter. The Viatrix fight stick is getting a beating from DSP. Everyone he has played this evening has been an idiotic scrub with no brain apparently. But then what DSP did is he farmed points. If he can beat someone, he will keep matching them up and getting point after points after points after points. But if someone beats him, it's a one and done. He's out of there. Boom. And then he put out this tweet right after the stream. "So I just had my best ever session of Street Fighter 6. Hit a much higher new master rank points total. Got tons of wins and win streaks and played really well. Funny how it happened on an impromptu stream. Enjoy the vids, and I'll be back tonight for the lobby with Brian." Oh, we'll get to that, don't worry, Phil. And then we got a bombshell. Something interesting happened right before his lobby stream with Brian. Top Tier Rated puts this out. "Some of my friends will be joining me now, so we'll see how this goes, lol." And then I quote tweet and I say, "Things just got more interesting. Will DSP be able to talk in a group setting?" And then I'm actually surprised. I put this out in the universe and Top Tier Brian tried to make this happen. So I put out, his biggest fan Jade wants to play him. He's been trying for years. Maybe he can be added to the lobby and join you two. Of course, this is from last week, I believe. And then Brian puts this out. "Does Jade have an X profile? This is partly why I agreed to play tonight. I tried to deliver promises." Of course, his mom was running his profile, but she deleted it. And then we have this from Next Gen Guy. "It's never Phil's connection. It has Comcast Business, guys." And look at the bars on his profile compared to the other two. And then Brian and some of his friends, I think there was like 3 or 4 other people that joined in. And we got some awkward exchanges, such as this.
What the hell is a kin pattern? What does that even mean?
And guess what, guys? You'll never believe this. When DSP is confronted with another human being and has to talk to them and interact with them, he folds like a bitch. So the whole time he was always talking about how he's good with Bison and Bison's not an overpowered character and blah blah blah. Well, we have this from Poems. DSP speaking truth now that Brian is around. He is saying Bison is overpowered and needs a 25% damage reduction. Then give DSP enough time and he'll become toxic, the mask will slip. So what DSP did throughout the night is he will pause the audio to Brian and the other people and then complain to his audience about the other people, almost like he's not on a live stream or being recorded. He complained that one of them was a corner pattern player, and well, we got this awkward exchange right here.
Did you call my friend a pattern player? How fucking dare you?
I said it's the corner mix-up pattern. That's what it is. It's not the flowchart. It's the corner mix-up pattern. And I have to guess. It's like gambling, you know?
Wait. Who called who the pattern? Who called who the pattern player?
What?
Who called who a pattern player?
I didn't call anyone a pattern player.
And this, my friends, is why DSP will never have a stream with another human being. Because it's moments like this where he folds and that big tough guy that he tries to portray becomes into a baby back bitch. Then DSP kept saying he had audio problems all night. DSP says he didn't know it was next to impossible to hear TTR on his stream. TTR told him during the stream people were saying to turn up the Discord volume. Again, why lie, Phil? And then remember how Phil always says, dude, it's a lag, it's the dropped inputs, it's the netcode, fucking Cannon Brothers. Well, when he's around Brian, he acknowledges that it's him not the game. Funny how that is. Poems. It sure is funny when Phil drops his moves with Brian around and has Brian correct him what he's messing up, and Phil has no choice but to accept it's him and not the game. Then Poems puts an example as well. DSP. I blocked. Brian, you must have had down still held. DSP. I know. Then of course there was like 4 people or 5 people, DSP included, and he had to wait for matches. And he complained about this, of course muting the audio to other people, complaining to his audience, again like he's not live streaming or recorded. DSP complaining he has to wait to play a match because he's in a lobby with other people, saying it's wasting his time. Then this is the part with Jade, where Brian kept asking, is Jade there? Can we get Jade in here? Can we get Jade into the lobby to play a game? Just one match. And DSP kept saying, oh, I don't know where Jade is. No, we can't really do that. And then DSP had to have his arm twisted by Brian to sing happy birthday to Jade. And DSP said, oh, I'm not going to do it because he's not in chat. Maybe tomorrow. But Brian kept pressuring him. And then we got this awkward, creepy moment from DSP.
Anyway, I got a very important question, Phil. Is Jade in your chat right now?
No, he hasn't been here all day.
He hasn't been there all day.
Nope. I actually wanted for Jade's birthday's tomorrow, and I was gonna allow him to pick all my outfits and everything tonight, but sadly he hasn't been here all day.
Well, technically it's today. It's 12 a.m. Eastern, so it's officially his birthday.
There you go.
Listen, Phil, we gotta sing him happy birthday.
I would sing happy birthday, but he's not here.
Hey, he can watch the VOD. Let's fucking do it.
Also, I don't care.
All right, let's go. Let's start it.
All right. Go ahead. 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Happy birthday. Oh, this is terrible. That was not synced at all.
No, well, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be slightly off. All right. So listen, you start it, and I'll kick it with an ad after.
Okay. All right, everyone ready? Everyone in chat sing too. Everyone in chat sing. Ready? I wish Jade was here to hear it. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jade. Happy birthday to you. And I wish you were here so I could pick colors for you.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday, Jay. We wish we could have got you in here. I wanted to get you in the lobby. Phil wanted to get you in the lobby.
Yeah,
just
wasn't
so you
here.
could play some matches, random selects or whatever. We would have had a lot of fun. But to all of us, to everybody, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. There we go.
There you go.
And of course, people were going to Brian's stream, complaining about DERICH. And we got DERICH in Phil's chat, who apparently was in both chats, complaining. At DSP Gaming, they were also bringing me up for no reason. I did your thing to ignore them, but you're bringing them up right now, DERICH, and you're complaining about them. So that's not you ignoring them. Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to make sense of DERICH? Go fuck yourself, DERICH. And then we had this exchange here. Brian, Storm is the hottest X-Men. DSP sits in silence. Oh, and by the way, my personal opinion, Rogue, original animated series, hottest X-Men, not the 97, not the 97, the original X-Men animated series. Then TTR was carrying the stream. It was mostly boring, but the moments that were exciting was coming from him and his friends. And we had this from TTR, where he gets 69 subs. And well, he runs with the joke here.
I'm still not. How do I play? I swear I'm queued. Am I not queued up?
Thank you guys for the 69 subs. Thank you.
It says I am queued, right? Okay.
69? Yo, we can't. Nobody sub. Let's stay at 69 for the rest of the day. Nobody sub.
Then remember earlier when I said he would mute the audio to the other people, then complain to his audience? So we had this incident happen here, where he was in a match with somebody else, and they start talking about The Boys TV show, and they asked Phil about it. Phil refused to answer, just silence, just playing the game. Phil ended up losing that match. Then he muted the audio to the other people, went to his audience and said, I lost because they were socializing, why would they do that, and started scolding them. Like Phil, like I said, you're live streaming. It's not like they can't see you, Phil, or hear you. You're also being recorded. Then we have AI chat summary in for the W. Viewers are discussing why the streamer is not talking to his teammates and instead counting his money. They're also wondering why one of the teammates is not talking at all. And then we found out Brian plays GTA Online and Fortnite. You know, the two things that DSP said is ruining the industry, and also the people that support it are the people that's responsible for it. So in a way, he said Brian's responsible for it. The co-op part ended, and DSP went to his audience, away from Brian, away from everyone else, and the toxic king of hate came back, and he started lying about Jade, and how he tried to get him in the Street Fighter viewer lobbies last year, which we all know are lies. And not only that, he said, he went to Jade and said, I'll put you in a future lobby. By the way, at this point, he rage quit the viewers lobby, so there wasn't going to be another one as well. And Jade, in response, according to Phil, said, I'm not interested.
Just so you guys know, apparently they're telling him that, like, oh, I dodged Jade, and I don't wanna do anything for Jade's birthday. And I'm like, what? Like, that couldn't be further from the truth at all. Like, I totally said that for tonight, if Jade showed up, that I was gonna let him like pick the colors for all the characters and everything. I was actually telling him you could pick all the outfits for Street Fighter and everything. If you remember what happened last year, and this is what sucks, is originally when I did my first lobbies for Street Fighter 6, the night lobbies, that I was gonna have fans come in, Jade wanted to play, but we couldn't figure out how to get him to in. Like, I didn't know how it worked, so I was trying to get him into play or whatever. And so just so you guys know, I did actually offer Jade like a spot in a future lobby. I was like, yeah, I want to get him in, but he wasn't interested at that point. You know, this is a year ago. So he was like, nah, it's okay, just play, you know. So now what's happening is my trolls apparently are like bombarding Brian with stuff saying, oh, Phil's mean to Jade and he's not doing nice things for Jade for his birthday. He won't get a lobby with him. It's like, it couldn't be further from the truth, right? But again, Brian doesn't know because he's just being told things out of context by assholes. And you guys see it. You're all confirming it in the chat right now. You were over there and they were all saying stuff. Honestly, I thought Jade was going to be here tonight. I did, because he was supposed to be here for Bison and everything. And he wasn't here, so I hope he's having a good day. Tomorrow is his birthday. If he's here, obviously I wish him a happy birthday. I'll see what he's up to, if he wants to do anything. But, you know, that's what I mean. Like, this is 100% their concerted effort to do anything toxic, which has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with any of this, right? It's all factually untrue. It's all shit they just make up to try to fabricate drama so then they can make videos about it and dumb shit. It's like, whatever. You know, and I'll talk to Brian about it too, behind the scenes, because I know his chat was absolutely bombarded with toxic shit from the stuff he was saying tonight, which is really messed up. Obviously, he doesn't deserve to have that happen. He should just be able to play a fucking game and not be harassed by a bunch of idiots. But, you know, they're going to do everything to possibly make it so that he wouldn't play with me again, right? That's what they're trying to do. So, you know. All right, so guys, good stream today.
Guys, did you hear that? He's gonna talk to Brian behind the scenes, try and get that pignosis on him. However, it did not go very well for Phil, so if he did talk to him, well, Brian had quite the response to it. So Brian put this out on Twitter. You can say the same thing 100 times, and some will draw their own conclusions. Last night was me, 1, doing what people asked for. Yes, play him again. And 2, trying to get Jade a match. I tried my best to do so, so that's it for me. That was my last stream. So Brian has quit DSP. DSP has driven his wife off stream. 1 Minute Man, King Be Cruel, BITW Awesome, Jordan, and now Brian. So sad. So sad. Anyways, if you guys like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.